Oh, big fire! Car is massively ablaze. Car's going up. Vilander is out of the car.
He's jumping off a flaming motorcycle.
Remember when you could drop your phone and it wouldn't break? Today, one cracked screen is enough to make the repair pointless. You don't fix it. You replace it. Car manufacturers have adopted that exact strategy. They're building disposable cars. Vehicles engineered so that a single part failure turns a tens of thousands of dollars purchase into a financial paperweight. This isn't about bad luck. And it's not about abuse. It's about design. Today, I'm going to show you 5 cars on the market right now that are designed to die the moment the warranty expires. If you buy one of these cars, you're not buying an asset. You're buying a future pile of scrap metal with a delayed repair bill. Let's start with the car everyone calls the future of the automotive industry. The Tesla Model Y. Tech enthusiasts love the Tesla Model Y. Collision repair specialists don't. And the reason has nothing to do with batteries or electric motors. It comes down to a manufacturing process called gigacasting. In a traditional car, the body structure is made from dozens of steel sections welded together. If you get rear-ended and bend a frame rail, a body shop cuts out the damaged section, welds in a new piece, and restores the structure. It's expensive, but it's repairable. Tesla does it differently. Instead of many separate pieces, they cast the entire rear of the vehicle as one single piece of aluminum. From a production standpoint, it's brilliant. Fewer parts, fewer welds, lower manufacturing cost. But here's the problem. That massive rear casting is heat-treated aluminum. And once heat-treated aluminum cracks, you can't simply weld it back together. Reheating it destroys the metal's structural integrity. That means even a low-speed crash, around 15 miles per hour, can cause damage that cannot be safely repaired. No airbags, no dramatic accident, just a small crack. That totals the entire car. Insurance companies are seeing this over and over again. When the cost to replace that one-piece rear structure approaches the value of the vehicle, the decision is simple. They write it off. The Model Y is an engineering achievement. But financially, it's a nightmare for the second owner. One minor structural accident can turn a modern, drivable vehicle into a total loss. That's not durability. That's disposability. Nissan didn't just sell a lot of Rogues. They sold a lot of future write-offs. The Rogue from 2014 to 2020 looks like a safe choice. Modern design, comfortable ride, good fuel economy. But underneath it sits the problem. The Jatco CVT transmission. The issue isn't just that these transmissions fail. It's how they're designed when they do. In older automatic transmissions, a failed solenoid or valve body meant a few $100s in parts and a routine repair. The transmission survived. With the Nissan CVT, that option doesn't exist. The unit is effectively sealed. Internal components aren't sold separately. Reliable rebuild paths aren't supported. So when a single bearing fails deep inside, the official fix is simple. Replace the entire transmission. The cost? Anywhere from $4,500 to $6. Now here's where the math kills the car. A 2015 Nissan Rogue today is worth about $6. One transmission failure doesn't damage the vehicle. It totals it. No crash. No abuse. Often no warning. Owners report the same thing again and again. It was driving fine. Then it suddenly wasn't. That's what sealed systems do. They don't fail gradually. They fail all at once. The Jatco CVT doesn't just power the car. It puts an expiration date on it. And the only way to avoid it is to sell the vehicle before the failure happens. The Ford EcoSport 1.0-liter EcoBoost looks harmless. Small engine. Good fuel economy. Marketed as modern and efficient. But the failure here isn't random. It's engineered. Ford decided to place the timing belt inside the engine, submerged in hot engine oil. They call it a wet timing belt. Rubber and hot oil don't coexist forever. Over time, the belt degrades. It sheds rubber fibers and teeth. Those fragments don't vanish. They fall into the oil pan and clog the oil pickup screen. Oil pressure drops. Bearings starve. Internal engine damage begins. On most cars, a timing belt replacement is routine maintenance. Around $600. One day in the shop. On the EcoSport, it isn't. The belt is buried deep inside the engine. Labor alone often exceeds $3. And here's the problem. By the time symptoms appear, low oil pressure warnings, engine noise, rough operation, damage has usually already been done. At that point, the fix isn't a belt. It's a new engine. Engine replacement costs around $6. The car is worth about $8 when routine maintenance approaches. Half the value of the vehicle. The vehicle is already disposable. This engine doesn't fail because of neglect. It fails because the design turns maintenance into a financial trap. People assume expensive cars are built to be fixed. That assumption no longer applies. Modern Mercedes-Benz models like the GLE and C-Class use a 48-volt EQ boost mild hybrid system. This isn't a full hybrid. It doesn't drive the car on electric power. Its job is simple. Smooth starts, stop-start operation, and emissions compliance. And the entire system depends on one thing: a proprietary 48-volt lithium battery mounted under the floor. Here's the critical detail. If that battery fails, the engine will not start. The traditional 12-volt system cannot operate without the 48-volt handshake. There is no limp mode. The car is effectively bricked. When this battery fails, and failures are becoming common, replacement costs are severe. $2,500 to $5. For the battery alone. No generic replacements. No aftermarket alternatives. Dealer only. Now do the math. You buy a used Mercedes GLE for around $40. A month later, a single battery fails. You're facing a $5 bill just to start the engine. That repair doesn't improve the car. It destroys resale value. This isn't about luxury. It's about dependency. When one proprietary component can immobilize the entire vehicle and costs thousands to replace, the car becomes financially fragile. That's disposability. Wearing a luxury badge. If the other cars on this list become disposable over time, this one is disposable by design. The first-generation Chevy Trax and its twin, the Buick Encore, were built to meet the absolute minimum, not to last. Under the hood is the 1.4-liter turbocharged Ecotec engine, and almost every critical component that holds heat, pressure, or fluid is made of plastic. Water outlet, plastic. Thermostat housing, plastic. Valve cover, plastic. Intake manifold, plastic. Engines live through constant heat cycles. Hot, cold, hot again. After about 70.000 miles, that plastic hardens and becomes brittle. And once it does, it starts to crack. Here's how ownership usually goes. You fix a coolant leak. A week later, the valve cover leaks oil. You fix that. Then the thermostat housing fails. You fix that. Then the turbocharger goes. Each repair feels manageable on its own. Together, they never stop. Over 2 years, owners routinely spend $5 to $6 just keeping the car running. That's the value of the vehicle itself. At that point, you're not maintaining a car. You're chasing failures until you give up. This car wasn't built for long-term ownership. It was built to be leased, returned, and quietly disappear. If you buy one secondhand, you become the final owner. Not because you plan to, because the car was designed that way. Modern cars offer more technology, more features, and more complexity than ever before. But many of them are no longer built to last. They're built to be replaced. The cars you saw today aren't bad cars. They're financially fragile cars. One failure, one non-serviceable part, one repair bill that exceeds the car's value, and the vehicle is done. If you're buying used, this is the kind of information you need before you sign anything. If this video helped you see modern cars more clearly, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. This channel is new, and every subscription genuinely helps. Here, we focus on real ownership costs, not marketing promises. Thanks for watching.